So you did it. You got the keys to your new car, and you can already feel that open road calling your name. But first, you've got to get through the New York State DMV. It can feel like a maze, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down and give you the roadmap to get it done right. All right, so you've signed the papers, the car is officially yours. Now what? Where do you even begin with all this paperwork? Let's kick things off by clearing up two documents that, trust me, almost everyone gets mixed up with. Okay, first things first, we absolutely have to get two key documents straight in our heads, the title and the registration. And honestly, the best way to remember the difference is to think of them like this. One is your car's birth certificate, and the other is its passport. So the title, that's your proof of ownership. It's the legal document, the birth certificate that says, this car belongs to me. The registration, on the other hand, is its passport. It's the official permission slip from the state that lets you actually drive it on public roads. See the difference? One proves you own it, the other lets you use it. All right, now for the part you've been waiting for, getting those license plates. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. We've actually broken the whole thing down into a super simple 4-step checklist to get you on the road in no time. So here's the game plan, the 4 main things you gotta do. You have to prove you own it, prove it's insured, prove you paid the sales tax, and then you wrap it all up by submitting the final application. Let's dig into each one of these step by step. Okay, step 1, proving you're the rightful owner. And what you need here totally depends on where you got the car. So if it's a brand spanking new car from a New York dealer, you're going to get something called a manufacturer's certificate of origin. If it's a used car from that same dealer, you'll get the previous owner's title. And if you bought it from, just some person online, a private seller, you need that official certificate of title, and it has to be properly signed over to you. That part's key. And hey, here's a huge pro tip, especially for those private sales. Before you hand over a single dollar, look at the front of that title. You're looking for one word, lien. If you see it, pump the brakes. It means the seller might still owe money on the car. And guess what? That debt could become your nightmare. And look, this isn't just me being dramatic. The official DMV manual spells it out. It says if there's a lien and the seller can't give you rock-solid official proof that it's been paid off, the bank or the lender could literally come and repossess the car. Yeah, your car. So the bottom line is simple. No proof of payment, you walk away from the deal, period. All right, on to step 2, proof of insurance. And listen up, because this is a tiny detail that trips up so many people. The name, the address, and that long vehicle identification number, the VIN, on your insurance card has to match your registration application perfectly. I mean, down to the letter. Even a tiny typo can get your application bounced right back to you, and then you have to start all over again. No fun. Step 3 is sales tax. Super easy if you buy from a dealer, they just handle it for you. But if it's a private sale, that's on you. You're going to need to fill out a specific form. It's called a DTF 802. Basically, it's where you state the purchase price so the DMV can figure out how much tax you owe. And finally, step 4. This is where you bring it all home. You'll fill out the main application, which is Form MV82, and you'll submit it with all your other documents, your proof of ownership, your insurance card, and your sales tax stuff. That's the whole package. Okay, so getting registered, that's the first big hurdle. But owning a car isn't a one-and-done thing, right? Keeping it legal is an ongoing job. So let's talk about what you need to do year after year to stay on the right side of the law. Now, New York State is super specific about the minimum insurance you have to carry. It's not optional. As you can see here, the law lays out exactly how much you need for things like injury or, God forbid, death and property damage. And notice there are different amounts for per person and per incident. Okay, I want you to look at this number. 90. Just 90. Doesn't seem like much, right? But in the world of New York car ownership, 90 days is a really, really big deal. And here's why that number is so important. If your registered car goes without insurance for 90 days or more, the state doesn't just suspend your registration. Oh no, they can actually suspend your driver's license. Let me say that again. They can take away your license. So keeping that insurance coverage continuous, it's absolutely non-negotiable. So besides insurance, there's another fun little annual task every car owner in New York gets to do: the state safety and emissions inspection. And here we go again. Another key number to burn into your brain, especially if you bought from a private seller: 10. You have just 10 days to get something super important done. That's right. The second you register that car you bought from another person, a clock starts ticking. You have exactly 10 days to get it inspected. So, pro tip, when you're at the DMV registering it, make sure you ask for the 10-day extension sticker. You'll need to put that on your windshield.
Now, if you buy from a registered New York dealer, the rule is totally different. The responsibility is actually on them. They're legally required to have the vehicle inspected within 30 days before they sell it to you, so when you drive off the lot, it should already have a fresh, valid sticker on it.
So, we've talked about buying your car and maintaining it. Let's finish this up by completing the full circle of ownership. What do you need to do down the road when it's time to renew your registration and eventually sell the car? So, most registrations in New York are good for 2 years. The DMV is usually pretty good about mailing a reminder about 2 months before it expires. But, and this is a big but, even if that reminder gets lost in the mail or your dog eats it, whatever, the responsibility to renew on time is 100% yours. Okay, please listen to this. This is a super common mistake that can cost you a ton of money. When you sell your car, your job is not done when you get the cash. You must take your license plates off the car, and you must scrape that registration sticker off the windshield. Why? Because if you don't, and the new owner starts racking up parking tickets, guess who they're going to come after for the money? You. So when you boil it all down, it really comes down to these 3 key responsibilities. 1, register. Get it done right the first time so you don't have to deal with headaches later. 2, insure. Keep that coverage going without any breaks to protect yourself and your license. And 3, inspect. Get it checked every year to make sure it's safe and legal. That's it. That's the core of it. You know, owning a car is about so much more than just a machine. It really is a key to freedom, to opportunity. And now that you have the roadmap to handle all the boring paperwork, the only question left is, are you ready for the journey?